Right. So you're level 240 hero?
235.
Oh, almost. Oh yeah, 235 because you just unlocked Esfera, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's nice. I'll just look through the gear first. Are you do you have separate sets for drop and mezzo, or is it just a little bit of a combination right now?
Right now it's just a little bit of combination because I haven't prioritized getting drop gear yet.
Mm-hmm. So 16. And how much money do you have right now?
1.5 or 6 bill, I think. Can
Okay.
check real quick. Yeah, 1.6 bill.
Okay. What are your dailies now when it comes to like backup items and such?
Um, I do Helix on my hero. Um, that's basically all I do for getting backups. Also CRA, of course, when the week list reset.
Mm-hmm.
I also run Lotus and Damien every week.
Okay.
So, yeah, just getting the backups there as they come, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I've been working more on my Kana.
You want to get a
Uh,
arcana or?
yeah, that's the goal.
Okay. And what is the ultimate goal with the hero?
I want to be strong enough so where I can do hard bosses like Will and Lucid,
Like the normal ones or the hard ones?
the hard ones.
Okay. Well, then you probably also want backups for the Sweetwater accessories.
Yeah, I'm being really lazy on Commercy.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you make a decent amount over time. If you don't have to do it literally all the time every day, but if you try to do it on most days, then eventually you'll get like thousands of dineros, and then you'll have a nice backup to work with. Yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate. It could take like 20 minutes of your day every day, but if you don't ever do it, then you'll miss out on a lot of potential there.
Yeah, also the content is not exactly very fun. So,
Yeah, it's very repetitive, and it's
yeah,
it's also not challenging at all.
yeah, it's just basically boring.
Yep, something perfect to do while watching a stream or something,
Yeah.
so you don't really have to pay attention.
Yeah, that's actually a good tip.
Um, glove. Oh yeah, I remember the 10% intellect on your glove. Very nice.
Yeah. I basically just got worked towards getting the 8% crit damage and then I just left it there.
Yeah, no, yeah, crit damage with anything that gives you stats in the beginning is definitely good enough. That's like better than having full strength. So.
Yeah, I think it was 33% strength before, so
Mm-hmm.
when I got the 8% crit damage, I just kept it that way and didn't really try to roll for more stat.
Mm-hmm. What's a nice flame on the sword? I think. Yeah, 79. That's tier 6, right? With oh, and
Yeah,
tier 6 magic attack. Very nice.
yeah, we did we did a calculation on the flame
Yeah.
on stream a while ago,
Yeah.
and we concluded with it being good enough.
For sure. Shields at 18. Yeah, so the shield's at the part where you'll start getting extra attack power
Yeah,
from the stars.
when 30% Star Force event comes, the next one in 2 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
I'll try to get that as close to 20 as possible.
You have backups for that one?
Yeah, I have 2 at the moment, but I do make them every time I get a new recipe.
Yeah, yeah. You can make one per recipe, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. I hope 2 will be enough.
yeah, I do too. Hopefully not too many booms.
Hopefully not, yeah. That's a good emblem. Shoes are pretty good. How many stars is that? 15. Okay.
I did reflame that shoe.
The shoe? Okay.
I'm pretty sure it has 84 strength and like 30 dex or something now.
Okay. Mm, yeah, so definitely advise the Sweetwater voyages, maybe CPQ every now and then. The easiest time to find people for CPQ is around Ursus time because a lot of people are doing Ursus, and then people are like breaking their routines anyway and taking time apart to do Ursus, and then like right before, right after is typically the easiest time to find people to do CPQ with.
Yeah, I'll look to do that.
32, 32. That's on 16. Oh, level 2 Asphera. That's going to level so fast now. It is nice, though, because all of your other symbols are leveling so slow.
Yeah.
Finally, you get to level up a symbol again.
Yeah. Lacaline is so slow, dude.
Yeah.
I can only do floor 60 or 65 if I try hard, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
not doing that every time, right?
When
So
you load in, you can do the single target, right? And it always targets the music box.
yeah, but when mobs spawn,
Yeah.
they mess it up.
They mess it up. Yeah.
It's a struggle on the hero for sure.
Mm. It's all about just being strong enough to always kill the first 3 so fast that hopefully you can stop the fourth one from spawning and then clear it or something.
Yeah, and also because the downtime between Cry Valhalla and Burning Soulblade is you just basically can't do anything to the boxes when you are just a normal Raging Blow.
So, from what I understand, the order you want to use all of these in is first Burning Soulblade, then Cry Valhalla, then Burning Soulblade again, and then Instinctual Combo. And as long as your Burning Soulblade is high enough level, you should have like 5 seconds downtime or something before you can start the cycle again.
Yeah, right now my Burning Soulblade is not high enough level to do that, and even if I do that combo like you said, I still just get to floor 65.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess we need some power spike. Problem is that the title is gonna disappear soon, huh? Do you have
Yeah,
the higher rank title or?
I have Bushmaster, yeah, but the stats in the pictures are without that title.
Okay, okay.
It's with the Windsleep Forest Officer that you get from Monad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm just looking at your link skills. I see you're using Pirate Blessing. Usually people don't use that one.
It's not good.
It's just that there's better ones.
Okay, what should I look to switch it out with?
Hmm. Let me see. You have Hybrid Logic, Instinct, Whitewash. What are you missing? So that's your like bossing setup, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess for bossing, typically you would use the utility from the resistance link skill. Yeah, where if you die, that you have seconds of invulnerability.
Yeah.
That way you can walk back to the boss, or not. If you're doing like Chaos Papulatus, you don't like die to the pendulum and then die again if you respawn a little too quickly.
That's my Pilates.
Something that's probably happened to you before.
A lot of times.
Yeah. So it doesn't give that much damage. It's only like 25 stat. So if you could replace it with something that gives you extra survivability, that would be preferential.
Yeah.
And I see that your unfair advantage is actually really good for hero, but it's only level 1.
Yeah, Kadena was not really
Is it? Yeah,
enjoyable.
Kadena.
I'm working slowly on it, but
Slowly but
it's not.
surely.
Yeah, it's not being prioritized. Let's just say that.
Okay. Well, it would be like 6% damage extra for you, so because you always debuff your opponent, right?
Yeah, it's quite a bit actually.
Um, oh, wait, do you not have final attack in two boost nodes? Is it only in one?
I only have it in one currently.
Um,
I haven't found a better combination yet, so
wait, what is your third skill? Do you have like a level 50 shout or something?
no, I boost. I have three. I have one Raging Blow, one Rising Rage, and Final Attack.
But what are the
That's
other two skills in the Raging Blow and in the Rising Rage? I mean, there's one that two of they have both, but there's like a third skill that's not shown in your V matrix. Ideally, you
yeah,
would just
that's
want
the
to have.
instinctual combo. There's nothing else there.
But so ideally, your two, you just want two big boost nodes. One that has like Raging Blow, Rising Rage, and Final Attack, and then one that has Rising Rage, Raging Blow, and Final Attack. And then,
Yeah,
then that's like enough. You don't really need any extra.
yeah. I just haven't found those
Mm-hmm.
combinations yet, so
Okay.
I just went with this as turn and gain.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's you should um, give you one extra spot. I guess you do have a decent amount of spots now. So you
Yeah,
have Rope
everything's
Lift, Decent Sharp Eyes, Speed Infusion, True Ragnar Reflection, and then you have three boost nodes now that could go down to two. Then you have Weapon, Aura, Burning Soulblade, World Reaver, and Instinctual Combo.
Yeah, that's good.
Hmm. Well, yeah, hopefully when you remove one of those boost nodes, you can replace it with like Decent Holy Symbol, for example.
Yeah,
Get more experience, get more drop rate on bosses. That would be nice.
yeah. I usually take out rope lift
Switch out Rope
for
Lift.
holy symbol
Yep.
when I do bosses.
I guess at 235 you get a decent amount of slots, and since you don't need that many slots as a hero, and you don't need that many boost nodes, I guess it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
The thing is, just with final attack boost, is that final attack is at a lower level, so every level gives you more percentage final attack increase, so it becomes more eventually.
yeah. I guess getting the final attack boost up to par would really boost my damage by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's especially during those bursts when the boss is just standing still, or you could have a bind in, right? You can use
Yeah,
Urda Nova.
that's also something I do with rope lift when I do solo bosses. I switch that out
Yeah.
for Urda bind.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Just keep opening nodes and keep your eye out for those, of course.
Yeah,
Um, I would say, I guess, since the final attack is wait, so that one's level 12.
yeah,
Um, I guess if you have extra shards, you can make final attack nodes.
yeah. Because the final attack nodes they don't come by really often compared to the other ones.
Hmm. Yeah, it must just be like unlucky, I guess. It should be
Yeah,
like about the same percentage of chance, but by the
I guess
numbers,
so.
it seems that they're a little less frequent.
Yeah, that one is also actually a perfect try node. It has Raging Blow and Rising Rage.
The final attack one.
Yeah,
Ah, I see. I see. Yeah. Oh, so then. Oh, yeah. Okay. So then you wear, and then the one that has, and then the raging blow and the rising rage. Those are both separate.
yeah. Um, the Raging Blow boost node has Rising Rage and Panic, I think, and the Rising Rage one has Raging Blow and Puncture.
I see. Those are in three nodes. Ah, now I get it. Oh yeah, because it says plus 15. Right, right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why they're so high now, because they're in three separate boost nodes, taking the plus 5 three times.
Yes.
That's actually pretty smart to do that early on. You make because it's like getting the extra 5 last levels that are the hardest to level, but you get them for free on a different slot. So that's actually pretty. That's actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
It helps a lot early when you don't really have
Yeah,
um, that many nodes,
you don't have like hundreds of nodes lying around. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Okay, so these are the stats without the title.
Yes, the top one is the
Rage booster, Maple Warrior, decent sharp eyes, and decent speed infusion plus max orbs. Yeah. And then your crit rate is at 83. And that's with level 2 Phantom Link, right?
Yes.
And level 2 Beast-Tamer Link, so that's, what, 22% crit rate from those two, I think? 15 and 7?
Yeah, I'm
If I'm
pretty
not
sure
mistaken.
that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah, crit rate is a thing for heroes. Later on, I mean, I guess once you have like a lot of honor experience saved up and everything, typically you want to start throwing circulators at until you, well, probably ideally until when you have a lot of money and there's a circulator sale. You want to start circulating to try to get a 20% crit line on your second or your third line. And once you have that, then you'll be working on your legendary inner ability.
Yeah. That's going to be
don't know.
a struggle, I assume.
Yeah, that's gonna be expensive. You want to set aside a lot of money for that. But it's also gonna allow you to get access to a lot of extra damage.
Yeah.
Full crit rate just means full crit damage hits, and full critical damage hitting just makes your damage go up a lot. Like, if I have 1 or 2 links missing on my Demon Avenger, for example, my Demon Avenger also has very low critical rate by itself. You could just, yeah, your damage gets cut by like 40% or something very quickly. It's very bad.
Yeah.
Oh, and these are your clean stats. That's such a big difference, right, in the range.
It's massive. The final damage, that's big boost.
Yup, it's crazy. Oh, I wanted to look here for a little bit. Let's see. You're at 23k stat. That seems pretty good. Yes, your critical rate is something. Oh, so about the critical rate. So now it's at almost 100, right, with the title?
Yeah, it's at 100 with the title.
Oh, I guess 20?
No, but I got 10% on my inner ability.
Ah, you did, what, instead of what?
Instead of what I have
Mesoobtain, or?
in the picture. Yeah, I forgot to update that one.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay,
But I
that's
got it
nice.
the last event.
Okay, that's something definitely to tie you over. So you're at like 93 without the title?
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty close. That's pretty good. Functional damage boss plus 360. That's pretty good. Functional 80. It's gotta be up there somewhere. Legion level. What is that at? It's over 3k. That's a decent start. Is your Legion setup still the same like it is in the picture?
Yes.
Okay, so now that you're expanding your grid, you want to start prioritizing the outside frames more than the inside ones. So in the beginning, like attack and strength, and those are like the most important because everything else gives you nothing. But now that you have competing fields like critical damage, boss damage, maybe even critical rate, those can be, because of, like, if you would throw it into a calculator, more efficient to put points in than just into attack or into strength. Also, where you are now, you're probably at the tipping point where the points that you put, or like when you put the blocks into strength, those are going to be more efficient than putting blocks into attack. Whereas in the early game, attack is worth more than 5 strength. Now 5 strength is worth more than 1 attack now. So you have to like switch what you see as more valuable. Like attack always seems more valuable, but it's only 1 versus 5 stat. And as you get more percentage stat, and as you get more attack from other sources with higher star force, strength becomes more efficient. So I would say definitely try to fill out the critical damage block. That one, and you can take things out of attack to do that. That will be a benefit for your damage. And maybe, once the title disappears, if you put like 7 blocks into critical rate just to get to 100%, that's probably beneficial to you as well.
Yeah, that's probably better than attack, yeah.
And there's 1 extra block floating into Dex, I think I see as well.
Yes.
on the top left there, so you could just take that one out as well. Then that saves you from having to like replace everything, because that's not really fun to do. I mean, unless for me, I like it. I think it's fun, but I'm weird. I'm weird like that.
Yeah.
And I guess the boss damage in the bottom right. There's room for a mage block right there.
Should not look to put something into ignore defense.
Not yet. So ignore defense. Every line of ignore defense gets calculated individually. So basically, whenever you add a source of ignore defense, it gives you the like let's say it's a 10% line, then it gives you 10% of the remaining defense you need to get to 100%. So let's say you're at 80%, you add 10%, then you get 10% of how much you still need to get from 80 to 100, which is 20%. So you get 10% of the 20%, so then you get 2%. So then you end up at 82. So how the higher you get, the bigger the percentage has to be to make a difference. Because let's say you're at 90% and you add a 5% line, then you get 5% of the 10% you need to get to 100%, which is half a percent.
Yeah, so it's basically worthless.
Yeah, so until you unlock like your entire grid and you can fill it up with a 40% line, then it becomes useful.
Yeah.
But until then, you don't have to put any points into it. That's why critical damage and boss damage and maybe even critical rate are very good, because it's just a flat percentage and it doesn't work at like a multiplicative scale, but like at an additive scale.
Yeah.
So you have I just see that you have a lot of on the bottom right. You have a lot of those are mages in your grid. What's your like priority list on your legion characters that you're leveling? Because if you know, I don't know if you have all the strength users, but a lot of them can give like 40 or 60, no, 40 or 80, but probably 40 strength each. And if it's like 4 extra characters, that's 160 more strength that you can get.
Yeah, I've basically just been prioritizing getting link skills and useful legion effects.
Mm-hmm.
Leveling characters that are easy to level to get the legion level somewhat higher before I start prioritizing certain, especially flat stats characters, because I think there are more other bonuses that you can get from other characters that are just more beneficial in the early game.
Mm-hmm. You've gotten pretty far with the link skills at this point, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Uh,
Kadena, and what else are you working on?
um, I guess I kinda am working on an Ilium right now, but that's maybe not so useful.
For mobbing, it can be if you're like running around a lot.
Yeah, but I'm not really doing that either.
No, for hero, you're pretty stationary, I think, right?
Yeah, and it's just the places I train, I don't need more damage to one-shot the mobs, so
Yeah. It'll be mainly useful to give 2 characters that you're trying to level so you can level those faster, because, you know, leveling up to
yeah,
140, you're always moving around a lot.
yeah. I gotta start working on that for sure.
Hmm. And you have your experience links, you have those done?
Yeah, except Aran, I don't have him.
Like at all?
No, I don't have him at all.
Okay. It's pretty nice, especially also for leveling new characters. New characters tend to hit monsters all separately, and then the more monsters you kill separately, the faster you build combo, and the more orbs you get, and then yeah, level 3 around gives you plus 900% orb experience, so
Yeah.
it becomes pretty good.
It's just that classes that tend to break your fingers are really off-putting to me, so
I see. Well, Aaron has become a lot less finger breaking, because if you just hold down your attack button, he just does the sequence if
oh,
you
did they
want to.
change that?
Yeah, they changed that a while ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. And all of his combos that have like 3 different keys that you have to press and everything, you can put all of them on separate keys now as well if you want to spam them. They just do a little bit less damage if you do it that way, but it's not so much less that it becomes like prohibitive or anything.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and the old system where if you didn't attack for like 5 seconds, you lost all your combo. Now it's like 10 seconds, and then you only lose 10 of your combo. So it's also way more forgiving in all of that stuff.
Yeah. That's good for me because I have real bad ping. So.
Oh, you have like arthritis or or like RSI, like your wrists, or
Yeah, no. The ping
oh, you have
is
ping.
really
Okay, I
bad.
thought you said pain. I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, I meant the ping, right? Because sometimes it just freezes all over the place and
Yep,
you
yep.
lose the combos. That's
Yeah, no,
that's
yeah,
bad.
it's way more forgiving with the combo system. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's see. Oh, and for crit rate, did you level a marksman or a night lord already?
only Night Lord.
Only. Okay. Yeah, marksman is not very great to level. I mean, very early on it's okay, and then it, you know, force
Yeah,
job and on it becomes pretty slow.
yeah. I'm basically waiting for Pathfinders to be able to job change.
Just do an extra Pathfinder and then change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they still haven't been able to do it in Korea. I wonder how long it's going to take. They probably want the first few people to get to 275 and then allow it, I guess.
Yeah,
Otherwise, those people lose their
but I
ranking.
can wait. Yeah,
Did you do
but I can
the?
wait for that.
Did you do critical damage characters?
I have a Hayato at level 120.
Mm-hmm.
Currently working on a Shade. It's level 80 or something now.
Mm-hmm.
And Jet, I'm waiting for Terror Burn basically.
It's gonna be interesting. I saw that other characters they changed the Jet Link skill. Other servers. I wonder if they're gonna do that for
Yeah,
us
the
as
stun
well.
one.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I saw that too.
I guess we'll have to keep our eye out for that. And you have the Kinesis Link skill. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
so for strength, you have just a bunch of characters that give you strength. Once you get through these that you're working on now, start prioritizing those. Because that's gonna add up to a decent amount of strength. You have Buccaneer, Paladin, Hero, Thunderbreaker, Kaisers, and Xenon gives a little bit as well. You have a Xenon, right? Because I saw you have the Link skill.
Yeah, but only level 120.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, slowly but surely. You know, if you log into it every now and then and do Zakum, you'll get to 140 before you know it. And it's just a little bit of time out of your day. It's not like big investment and getting gear and training hard and getting coupons and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you could do if you like see an MVP but you don't feel like training. You just log into the Xenon, grab the MVP, and then do Zakum.
Yeah. If there were any MVPs in the
Yeah,
game.
it's been slowing down a lot since the summer. You're right about that. Oof, it's
Yeah.
like difficult to find them, especially around the EU time.
Yeah, there's basically no MVPs now. Am I
Okay.
lagging, by the way?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Sounds fine.
Because if I start lagging, just let me know.
Yeah, for sure. Star Force was okay as well, I think. It's like 280 or something. 265. 265. That seems fine. Weapon is fine. Flame score. Node levels, we talked about the boost nodes, but you're working on that. Arcane power was like 600. Yeah, almost 700. How much of your hyperstat is in hyperstats?
Only 1 point.
Oh, okay. Just the
I have
plus
high
5.
UI, to be honest.
I guess at this point you don't need it there anymore, but it's only 1 point as well, so it doesn't do much for you.
Yeah. Just getting one hyperstat point back doesn't really change anything either, so
Yeah, it's not worth the 10 mil to reset it.
yeah.
And for bosses, are you? Do you think you're close? Did you solo Lotus? Was that you?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Okay.
have solo
Nice.
voters,
And
but not
Damien?
Damien.
Not Damien. Okay.
He doesn't stand still enough.
Yeah. For Damien, you want that bind to confirm your damage for sure.
Yeah, but the thing is, the cooldown on the Erdabind is just too long, so
It's terrible. Yeah.
yeah, and him just flying around 24/7, just going invis sometimes even.
Mhm. Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
have enough time to attack him, and that's the issue.
Yeah.
Because I never die out, I just run out of time.
Okay. Well, that's a good start. That means that your survivability is at least on point, and
Yeah,
you have your iframe to save you if anything goes terribly wrong. So,
yeah,
okay. Well, you're getting close to that. Like 235 is like the part where you want to start trying, but it's not necessarily where you have to be able to. But yeah, like I said on stream, like for most people, Damien is like easier than Lotus, but it depends on if you have some kind of way to keep doing damage while he's like flying around and while he's not targetable. And the fact that you get 10 lives versus 5 makes it like easier to survive the run because there's not
yeah.
as much pressure on not dying as there is with Lotus.
And also, I just think Damien is easier than Lotus straight up mechanically.
Mechanically easier, yeah. I mean, yeah, but Lotus can like fuck you over a little bit more.
Yeah,
Like the
especially in
laser
late.
can, yeah, laser can go weird. If you have a team and they get hit by the platforms and you have nowhere to stand, like that could be pretty bad.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, like with Damien too, if nobody dodges the attacks properly and they all get stacks and they have to cleanse, so you can cleanse and then you get to 7 swords and that can go pretty bad as well.
yeah,
It's almost like better just you don't have a team weighing you down, you know.
yeah.
um, okay, so well, I would say there is definitely some some profit to be gained from your legion just by leveling a few more characters. For bossing, switch out the pirate blessing. I don't know what level is your resistance link. Do you have that one?
I have it in level 3, I think.
You have a
Yeah,
mechanic.
I have a mechanic and a battle mage, so it's only level 3.
Oh yeah, level 1 mechanic and level 2 battle mage. Yeah, yeah. So you'd need what is it? Wild hunter
Blaster?
and blaster. Yeah, blaster is like very strong. You'll notice it just as long as you like know how to play it correctly. I was playing it and I was like, oh, this isn't that strong. But apparently you can use another skill while you're using your main skill all the time, and then it started doing double damage basically.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh, this character is actually really strong. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a matter of like just a little bit at a time, you know, just dedicating a little bit of time, and then once everything is 140, you can kind of ignore it for a while. And then once you get to the point where your legion is really big, it's like 6k, and you want to take the next step, then you just throw a little bit of funding onto your character, and then by the time you get to 200, you'll make your money back. Basically, I would just try to get decent gear at level 140, and then grind it up. You know, give all the link skills, give all the buffs at your legion, all of that, and then grind to 200. And then by the time you get to, basically, I would invest like 200, 250 mil or something. And then by the time you get to 200, as long as you looted most of your drops, you will just get all of that money back and sometimes a little bit more. And it's like a net wash, but you end up with a higher legion. So,
yeah. The end, it's absolutely worth it.
yeah.
And also, 200 mil is not really that much either. So
No, once you have 200 mil one time, you can just keep recycling it into the next character, into the next character.
yeah,
There's not like billions that are like stuck forever or something.
yeah.
Thank God. Oh, do you have separate Kana farmer by the way, or?
On the second PC or just another?
Well, you're
Character?
working on the second PC. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have a
Okay.
second PC con.
So you're just working on Fury totems and everything.
Yeah, for the hero, but I am working on an Arcana farmer.
Yeah. And do you have any problem with getting Fury totems and everything, or is that fine?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Okay, then I'll look specifically at the gear. So we have the Surfers event coming up. What did you have in mind for now? Like, what was your plan for now?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you a question about that because
Mm-hmm.
since you don't get the 30% off when you safeguard,
Mm-hmm.
is it better to try to aim for like 20 stars on stuff that I have backups for, or should I just get 17 star everything?
Yeah, it's a good question. There's a few things you don't have. You don't have 15 yet, but that's only a few items, I think. Secure belt. How many superior backups do you have?
I have one belt and 2 pendants.
2 pendants.
I do have 4 pendants, but I was thinking to make 2 of them into drop gear.
Right. Wait, so you have 4 in total or 6 in total?
I have 6 superior pendants.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so you would be a bit stronger, of course, if you make superior pendants into drop rate. However, once you get so strong that you one-shot everything, it doesn't really matter how strong your pendants are. And then the only extra damage you will be doing is you'll be killing the elites super, super fast instead of just super fast, basically.
Yeah.
So I think the superior pendants would have more value being backups later on because you will blow them up because they're rare. So the game is like, oh, let's blow them up.
Yeah.
And then you can just use like whatever reinforced or maybe even a greed pendant. I don't know. So you get maybe a little bit more symbols while you're grinding.
Yeah.
Because like the individual stats of your drop rate gear don't really matter at all anymore later on in the game. You'll be so strong with all of your arcane power, with your boost nodes, with your 17 plus, maybe 20 plus stars on your Absolab gear that you'll always be wearing. You'll be killing things so fast that it's better, I think, to keep them as backup for superior.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll do that then.
Yeah, so when it comes to like star forcing Absolab stuff, and just when it comes to star forcing stuff in general, so up to 17 you can safeguard and that's cool and all, and then if you're planning to go past 17, you really want to look out for yourself. Like there's 2 major options, right? Either you you venture into Boomland and you go past 17 and you risk having to remake your item, which I think for remaking Absolab gear is not cool. Like that's a lot of extra work, a lot of extra bosses, a lot of extra weeklies. I don't like that at all. So that's option 1, and then option 2 is that you can take level 150 gear and then get it to high stars. If it blows up, you make a new one, but typically level 150 gear is much easier to replace. And then once you get to the stars amount that you want, then you transfer hammer it into Absolab, and then you just recube the Absolab basically. If you already have really good cubing, you could say you just make a second Absolab until that one's cubed properly or flamed properly. Or if your original item is cubed okay, but not like godly, you could just hold the higher Star Force level 150 gear, wait until there's a DMT, and then transfer hammer, and then buy the cheap cubes to recube it.
Yeah.
It does require some patience and some planning, but I think that's like a more efficient way to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say that any of my Absolab gear has any godly potential, so I wouldn't really lose out that much by redoing that. So
No, you have some okay flames, but those should be replaceable too.
doesn't the flame carry over?
Um,
Doesn't the target item keep the flame?
the target item keeps the flame. You're right about that. Yep. So your flame will keep. Yep, you're right. Except for your shoulder, because for some reason we can't flame those.
Yeah, that's really weird.
There's one shoulder in GMS that they can flame, like the Scarlet shoulder.
Wait, they can flame that one?
Yeah, it's super. It's a pay to win shoulder. That one they can flame. It's really interesting.
Yeah, of course. Just next on things, I guess.
Yeah, just next on things. Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, so 30% is like better, quote unquote, like up to 15 because the boom chance is very low up to 15. And then 15 to 20, you'd want to have like a 5, 10, 15 event ideally.
Yeah.
That saves you more. And then if you're going from 20 to 22, obviously 30% off is better because you can't safeguard anyway. But then if it blows up, you go back into needing to get to 15 again. It's going to depend on how much money you have, but it'd probably be a decent idea to try to get most stuff to 15 and not really touch the things that are above 15 right now.
Okay.
And then try to do just some major saving until until there's a 515 event, and then go hard. I think either go hard with 150 gear, or first get everything to 17 and then do that, or just go straight up with the other items.
Yeah, okay, so ideally for this 30% sale, I go hard on the level 150 gear to prep for the absolute transfer.
You could do that as well. Yeah, because you won't really be safeguarding if you have enough backups.
Yeah, and the penciler gear, they drop so often, so getting backup for that is not really an issue.
You would do you do a pencilier into like other
Uh,
gear. Well, you lose a star every time, so.
yeah, but if you 22 star penciler,
Uh huh.
and then transfer it over to say root glove, root boot,
Yeah, sure.
uh,
That is
starting
true.
cape, because I think it's maybe not cheaper, but it's easier because you have such a high accessibility of backups.
I don't know. 22 is very tricky though. I don't like aiming for 22. I think it's better to aim for 21 on 150 gear than to aim for 22 on penciler. 22 is just there's too much booming going on and too much money going lost.
Yeah, okay.
So I would aim for level 150 gear. So let's say if you want to go for the cape, you can get for the Enraged Succum cape from CSAC.
Yeah.
For shoes, yeah, you can get the root shoe. Gloves, you can get the root glove. You could also get the Sengoku gear for all of these things from Madman.
Yeah.
He drops most of the stuff. He drops the glove, shoe, cape. What am I missing? Oh, shoulder. A shoulder drops those as well. I don't know. Do you have any of those backups already, or?
No.
Okay, because for Madman, that's those are easy drops and they're always epic. And remember that for your shoulder, like all of the shoulders count. It doesn't have to be a warrior shoulder. You can just be a pirate shoulder or a mage shoulder. It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's the type of item that matters, not the class that the item is for.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that gives you a little bit more freedom. It does make it so that you have more source items. So if it blows up, you can transfer the trace, but getting up to 12 stars shouldn't be that expensive these days anyway.
Yeah, because I do have quite a lot of these green coins from Rudibus that I can buy the boots with.
Yeah.
And also I have quite a bit of the hard mag coins where I can buy the glove.
You can also buy those with normal coins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there are only 3 hard mag coins as well, so
Oh yeah.
they're quite accessible also.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
21 starring 150 gear is better.
Yeah, I would say so. Like 20 to 21 is pretty doable without booming at once. 20 to 22, you're gonna have at least one boom, probably two, and then you have to start all over, and it's gonna just feel really bad.
Yeah.
Yes, I would do that instead.
Yeah,
Or I guess
I
what
agree.
you could do is like 21 star pencilier, then transfer, and then go for 20 to 21 again. I think that would still be better than going for 22 and then doubling, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So I should not really touch the CRA gear at all.
Um, you could the Siri gear that you have right now, because it's like 16 star or something, right?
Yeah, 16 stars. The top is only 13 though.
Oh yeah, you can get the top to 15, and then just keep it there for now.
Okay.
The great thing about CRA is that you probably will have a bunch of backups, so you never have to safeguard anything. So that's nice.
Yeah.
So you could definitely use like a 30% off to go on those guys, because yeah, you probably have like 10 plus backups right now.
Yeah, somewhere around that.
Yeah. Toodaloo. Yeah, and then I guess if you're gonna do like the big replacements and everything, I think your potentials are all kind of fine. I would just keep those where they are. But yeah, and focus more on like the big Star Force transfer thing. for later, because that's going to cost you a lot of money. You're going to need all the all the mesos you can get for that. And then once you have those made, then you wait for a DMT, and then you just go for the big overhaul, and then you'll just see your damage like double or something. It's going to require some patience, but once you get it, you will make such a big jump in damage. It'll all be worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The only other thing I was looking at was the flames. Do you understand everything with the flame scores and everything, or no?
I've explained that to me a few times actually.
So now it's so now it sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think your cup can definitely use a better flame. I don't know if you're fusing cups sometimes or no.
Yeah, I do that every time I get extra cups.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you have like 32 and 5 attacks, so that's not great right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how many extra free flames you make. Probably not that many, right? Because you don't do that many bosses.
For flames, I basically do on the hero. I um, run Rue
Mm-hmm.
and normal Papillarius. I'm not sure if he even drops any flames, to be honest.
There's like a low chance, yeah, but it's not great.
Yeah. And I do normal mag
Mm-hmm.
and normal Rudibus.
Yep. Do you do normal arc?
No.
That could be nice because then you can start working. Because we didn't talk about that part yet, but you can start working towards Meister rings as well once you get a primal.
Yeah, I just haven't done the prequest yet.
It is pretty quick. There's a quest in your light bulb that talks about the Silent Crusade.
Okay.
And if you start there, there will always be either a light bulb quest or um, either a light bulb quest or a available quest under Silent Crusade in your quest log. Or you'll have some kind of item in your inventory that you could double click to like teleport somewhere, and it'll basically take you from one to the other to the other to the other. And then once you've completed chapter 2, I think it is, then you can start doing arc. So it doesn't take super long actually.
Yeah.
And he drops the confusion fragments as well that you can use to make the earrings later. So
Yeah, that's also something I'm actively looking for, so that's nice.
yeah. Yeah, they're like later projects. They're definitely for after once you get like higher star Abzo and stuff. But it's good to get an early start on those. The quicker you can start doing arc, the more chances you have of getting primals, and then you don't have to, you know. But it's always difficult to see people who are like, okay, now I'm ready to make Meister stuff, and now I have to start getting all the items. And it's like, oh shit! If only you started like 20 levels ago, you would have had everything already right now, and it wouldn't feel like you spent a lot of time doing it. Because you could, you spend the effort, you spread the effort over multiple months, and then it doesn't feel like it is as much.
Yeah, that's true.
It's nothing worse than needing like 5 confusion fragments right now, because then you'll feel like they never drop.
Yeah.
It's always how it works. But yeah, so maybe some flames, but yeah, flames comes like quote unquote naturally if you do some more bosses. But if you're already doing most of the weeklies and you're doing those dailies, you should get an okay amount of flames, right? Just I would just typically wait until your first flames start to like give you the flashy light, the engine sign basically, and then just throw them on whatever item has like the worst flame score, and then gradually try to get them all up.
Yeah.
But other than that, it seems like all of your stuff is well on the way. And so what map are you training in?
CLP.
Oh yeah, and you have no problem one-shotting there, of course.
Oh.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, and then once you have extra items, so like once you get into the Meister ring, then one of your rings will have to budge. But by that time, you're probably going to be Hopefully you'll have some other event rings and stuff by then. Do you have any of those right now, or
No, I don't have any of them right now, but I heard that all of them are coming in the Glory shop.
basically all of them? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
one of them isn't. I think the Vengeful Reboot isn't, but all the other ones are. Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be a good time to get easy backup rings.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I'll be like the demanding teacher and say that you do need to spend some more time on Legion. Don't underestimate how good that is.
Yeah.
Set aside a little bit of time every day to just get even if it's just like a total of like 10 levels or something. 10 levels a day means in a month you'll have 300 extra, right?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, you'll reap the benefits in the long term, especially once the title is gone and the critical rate starts dipping a little bit below 100%. But yeah, and rearrange the pieces, and then once you get to 4K, you'll get an extra grid, and hopefully by the time you get to 4K, you'll be prepared to put the extra characters in,
Yeah.
and then before you know it, you'll have 8K like me, and the whole grid will be like beautiful and full.
Well, let's just hope so. I have my doubts, but yeah.
Well, if you
Uh,
keep playing, eventually you'll get there, right?
yeah, that's true.
I won't be able to stay ahead for too long because once you're past 8K, the leveling is so so bad.
Yeah, multiple hours just for one level.
Yeah. I think there's somebody in my chat, Phantom, who was level 273. He was getting like 1.6% an hour or something. So it's
Oof.
yeah, big oof. It's not great. And there's like a level 260 Pathfinder hacker in his map now who's taking away all of the burning, so he can't even
Yeah,
get that number anymore now.
that just makes it even worse. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, oh, maintenance, high level burns. Nope.
Yeah,
Pathfinder
but
CCing all over the place, taking everything.
yeah,
Oh
maybe
god.
it's Bong Lover's new account.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe he made a Pathfinder.
Yeah,
Already got to 260. Who knows?
yeah. You never know with hackers, right?
No, yeah, no. Well, they probably have like 20 accounts running at the same time,
Yeah,
and then they sell one off. Two of them get banned, and then it's just a numbers game. Yeah.
endless cycle.
Hope you keep getting Deimos Warrior Shield recipes, because it would suck if you boom it and you have no replacement and you gotta settle for like 17 or something.
Yeah, I do run normal signals every week, so
Yeah.
hopefully I'm getting lucky there.
Yeah. Well, apparently they also drop from Dual Ghost Pirates, right?
Yeah, I got my first one from those guys. So
Ah, I see. Yeah. So there is a way to farm them, but we don't have any double events or anything, sadly.
yeah, there's no double event for the next Bale Trace Fever either.
Nope. No.
Wait,
'Cause
really?
there's like two types of spell trace events, and one of them is apparently like a lot better than the other one. So one of them gives us a day of double drop, and then the other one doesn't give us anything. And this is
Yeah,
the one that's a little bit worse, I guess, apparently. Because I talked to the community manager about it. It was like, hey, why aren't we getting an event like a few event cycles ago? And then she was like, you're confusing it with this other event. But yeah, I don't know what either event is specifically because I don't care because none reboot. So I
yeah,
just assumed I saw a miracle and I was like, oh, double, you know?
yeah. And then nope, this is not the right one.
Yeah, it's like, damn. Well, at least I tried.
Unlucky.
Yeah, unlucky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So is there anything else specifically? So yeah, for inner ability, it's eventually going to be like 20% crit on second or third, and then you want attack speed on your top, and then that's gonna be a changer too. Once you have like green pots on and attack speed top line, you're gonna feel that extra attack speed as well.
Yeah, I do have that at the moment actually.
You have the attack speed?
Yeah, I have attack speed +1, and then I have 10% critical rate.
Okay, and then the third line is just like garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's pretty good for now. That's pretty good.
yeah.
It's very
So
different
luckily
from
I have.
the screenshot.
Uh,
The
yeah.
18% item drop rate, 20% buff skill. Though
Yeah.
that is nice in the beginning, you know, to get those nodes a little bit better early on.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
but now that you have your Kana, probably are you where are you at with the Kana? Is it like at Chuchu or?
It's at Lackaline at the moment. It's level 226.
Oh right, you were going to Ref 3, but you were getting lower rates, right?
Yeah.
Did you?
So I'm doing Chicken Festival right now. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't farmed long enough there to see really how much I get, but
Okay.
we'll find out.
Okay. Yeah, definitely ask some people in the chat. Like, I don't know the specific rates and how to specifically do it in the maps because I don't do it myself. But there's undoubtedly a bunch of people in the chat who know
Yeah.
a little bit of the tricks and you know where to not be and where to be and yeah, that
Yep.
kind of stuff. Okay. Is there anything else specifically you feel like I missed or that you're still wondering about?
No, not really. I think we
Okay.
covered everything.
I think so too. And it's almost 1 hour, so
Yeah.
right on time. But yeah, if there's anything else, always you can just ask me in Discord or in the
Yeah,
chat.
I'll just ask you in chat or
Yeah,
something. So
you'll be here, I'll be here, so we'll find each
yeah,
other.
absolutely, man.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
and thank you as well for the donation, dude.
Yeah, that's no problem.
All right.